So Andrada NPP minority leader together with minority nankasa abusuya omoba press conference against GOLDBOD abusuya GOLDBOD hon sensem no NPP minority led by AfenyoMarkin omo there is some 1.7 billion lost to be a GOLDBOD omo LUC and say 1.7 billion Ghana cedis according to AfenyoMarkin no ocha IMF documents and I say IMF for and I just say aye auditor ababonti a omo chere say Sammy Gyamfi GOLDBOD no omo ayeden omo aboka susuru na omo NPP for na de omo de omo kura document evidence bia nti na omo nya aba power enya ade a Sammy Gyamfi omo na afa na ho totoro sa and we ena ene live on television according to Solomon Owusu no IMF documents were fully at the ababonti a oche say document na IMF for Vindicate Sammy Gyamfi documents no approve say Sammy Gyamfi GOLDBOD no ombo kebia na say 1.7 billion no omo use the word cost Sammy Gyamfi mboka into IMF for na nkasa document no NPP minority for and now mashada akwa frakadam document bi amopese omode brigana for ni so and Solomon Owusu abwa ama HSA ya expose AfenyoMarkin IMF for na nkasa document no omo document no and no approve ya say Sammy Gyamfi embo nkabia na omo use the word lost na omo use the word cost na omokra kire say Sammy Gyamfi GOLDBOD na nkasa eno na aboa ama Ghana economy no aye stabilized intin Sammy Gyamfi enkoso na ombo na adwuma abusuya enne IMF for omo document no I expose NPP minority led by AfenyoMarkin's propaganda against Sammy Gyamfi GOLDBOD hon sensem abusuya mom yanko na yankonkoti ensema ekoso ne ba yade de aka ato am so Solomon Owusu de solid submissions with documents abusuya mamo behu de ekoso na answer na be kono Ghana ha say open computer papa and a laptop papa na we use abura perosi computers and accessories and I'll be your laptop papa na we're using the location and your kwan o Kumasi Bokrom Estate Eli free number na egu ye screen as ade ba kwa ede wo mese okra low budget no obema high quality laptop na we use mbonra yensem ye ba ye de aka ebeto amuso
about the prevention objectives of making sure we don't have gold gotten from our earth here smuggled, and then you just oppose it with year on year 400 million previously. Overall cost benefit analysis, what will be your stake whilst you make argument for minimizing costs, because that's very important.
Thank you very much, Roland. Let's first of all deal with this issue. Let's take your calculator and let's do a simple mathematics, and then let's put the issues in there.
You started this one with calculator, okay?
Yes, so that we dispel a lot of, you know, they are throwing a lot of figures out there that I don't think resonates or is in tune with what the IMF is saying. 2024, we expended how much? 400 million for what? For 11 tons of gold. You understand? So let's do simple proportions. This 1.74 billion we are told is as a result of sale of 104 tons of gold. So divide 104 by 11 and multiply by 400. And let's see.
104.
Yeah, divided by 11.
By 11.
Yes. Times 400 million.
400 million.
Are you doing science and math quiz?
Yes, we are doing science.
3.7.
So under their, if you were going to go by their trajectory, you understand. Sometimes some of these people, when they are speaking, they don't even look at the data.
3.7 million.
So it means they would have expended $3.7 billion in buying 104 tons of gold. That is what we are discussing here. Now, GOLDBOD in 2025 is accused of having expended 1.7 billion. And that 1.7 billion was used to purchase 104 tons. This is the baseline. And this is what the minority in parliament is saying, that is a humongous cost. And I'm saying that the same IMF also references how much we expended in 2024. That in 2024, we bought only 11 tons at a cost of $400 million. So if all things being equal, we were doing the same extrapolation, it means if they were the ones who had bought 104 tons, we as a country would have expended, what did you get? $3.7 billion. How does 1.7 billion cost becomes more than 3.7 billion that they would have incurred? That is why I don't take them serious. But
they didn't incur that.
So I am telling you the baseline, you know, the data
I know the extrapolations
exactly. And you see, and you see, listening to my two brothers.
His argument is that 1.7 brought in 104. And then 400
brought in 11
brought
tons.
in only 11.
Roland, it is even warped to the extent.
What is what about it?
I'm coming.
Please allow.
I can't believe you have not done
Let this discussion not degenerate.
So no, he doesn't have anything to say. I know the strategy. So the minority extrapolated their whole press conference from a selected issues paper written by Wangum Nolen. Now, this is the headline. Lessons from the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program. It's not lessons from the gold board domestic purchase program. Say the Bank of Ghana's domestic purchase program. So the IMF itself acknowledges that this whole business of domestic purchase program is within the purview of the Bank of Ghana. And that it was the Bank of Ghana that gave the money for gold to be bought. So let us put it in play. So it is just disingenuous, pure propaganda to just turn it around and say it is gold boss problem. When, as a matter of fact, you know very well that it is the Bank of Ghana's issue. That's one. Number two, the World Bank itself, the IMF itself acknowledges, and let me read a paragraph for you. This is paragraph 2 or page 2. The rapid expansion of the gold, the domestic gold purchase program coincided and arguably contributed to a remarkable macroeconomic stabilization. This is the word IMF. They are telling you that as a result of what the Bank of Ghana, together with the gold board did, it led to what? A macroeconomic stabilization of the economy. Is it in doubt? Are you in doubt about that? That as a result of what they did, your cedi to the dollar has stabilized over the period to the extent that by 2025 end year, it appreciated against the dollar to the tune of about 41% or almost 42%. Is there anything in doubt about that? By the way, what is the function of the Bank of Ghana? You go to Article 183 and we put the issues in the right perspective. The Bank of Ghana shall be the central bank of Ghana and shall be the only authority to issue the currency of Ghana. 2, the Bank of Ghana shall promote and maintain the stability of the currency of Ghana and direct and regulate the currency system in the interest of this country. The Bank of Ghana, all that they are supposed to do is to put in place programs and policies that would assure the stability of our currency. Has that been achieved?
I don't understand. You mean that maintaining the currency is paramount?
That is the core mandate.
And the minority doesn't like that?
No, they know it. But what else are they going to say? What else do they have to say?
So how much
how much? Zato, for the 20th time, let me tell you.
Relax.
Nobody in this administration, neither was it in the MPP, can pay me for my work.
Okay.
Nobody. Look. No. Look. No. I have to.
It's okay.
The last time I allowed you to say it and get away with it on a sister station. Let me tell you, and I'm saying it once again. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody within this administration, neither was it in your administration, can pay me. I can pay myself. For Christ's sake.
That's all. You're my friend.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
No. Seriously, I think that it is disrespectful and
no, allow them.
for you to hail so-called accusation that you're claiming that he went to collect bribe or money to speak for the government.
No.
It's not fair. Let's be across to
It is
ourselves.
the choice. It is the choice of words of Zato. Dr. Zato. It's the choice
Can
of
he
words.
also make the
He
argument that
might
you
not have
also
been paid, but he has received.
You have been paid by.
Please, gentlemen.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
He has withdrawn.
It's fine. It's fine.
You might have not been paid,
Aaron,
but
he
you
has
have received
withdrawn.
it.
I have heard severally.
It is unfair and disrespectful.
No, but Roland.
And I think that
They
the two
might
of
have
you,
received cash.
the way you have been accepted within the public domain so far, lends credence to the relationship.
Roland, you know why they will conclude on that? Because it's not very easy for anybody to do this, what I'm doing, and do it on a pro bono.
So you're saying you speak your mind?
I speak my mind.
Okay, please go
There
ahead.
is nothing to gain from going to take money and say and speak say something that is not truthful. It's
Please
not
allow him
honorable.
to talk.
Now,
So the currency is the problem.
the currency
They are
is
worried.
and then what are you going to campaign with? This was a party that said that they have arrested the dollar, giving the keys to the IGP. That the dollar broke the chain, and we had to find it at 17 city. So
Dollar arrested.
It broke chain and started moving with the speed of light. So for them, they must do everything possible to make sure that the dollar also breaks the chain again, so that it goes beyond the 18 months. Recently, recently they were just watching the OMCs and their prices. They were praying that it would go beyond the 23 per liter. Then they just screenshot it and broadcast it. That is what my brothers are doing, and I'm saying that is not politics. You just have to go back, reorganize yourself, get cogent programs and policies, come and market it to the good people of this country. Because we will beat the NDC not on lies, but with superior policies. And I'm telling you, yes. Now, the IMF, this document that I'm holding itself, at a point, Gwam Nolen himself was very confused. In one breath, he uses the term loss. In another breath, he uses the term cost. I believe that it's a cost of sale. I mean, TV3, as an entity or media general, cannot generate revenue without incurring cost. It doesn't mean you have made a loss, especially where the outcome outweighs whatever input you put in. And that is why they safely say, here I'm reading again, that as a result of the gold bond, the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, they were able to realize 10.9 billion. Though gold bond capital is at 10.8 billion, I understand, because they run at the IMF run at it. 10.9 billion was generated by expending 1.74 billion. Who will not opt for this? Exactly. Who will not do? Why must we even debate on this? That you expended 1.7 billion and made money to the tune of 10.9 billion, you netted for how much? One is about 1.5% of GDP. The revenue that accrued to the state was 9.5%. And you want me, because on the altar of politics, cheap politicking, come and sit here and say that.
But they say they are losses.
Look, let me quote the IMF is own. At the point
Which page?
I'm referring to page 8.
Page 8.
This IMF, this is what they rely. This is knowledge document that they have.
It's on the page of IMF. So anybody who likes, you can go and.
So this is page 8.
Page 8.
Listen to the IMF using cost. Here they are deviating from the use of the term loss. And it's under paragraph 14. You are here, you can read. Domestic gold program, purchasing program activities will be fully transferred to the gold board as of July 1st, 2027. And listen to what the IMF, those that are quoting the IMF, when they got to this portion, they decided not to read it. And
they skipped it?
They skipped it. Under a memorandum of understanding, the Bank of Ghana will fully exit the domestic gold purchase program and will no longer be exposed to its quasi-fiscal risks in the future. It will continue to play a role as gold board's fiscal agent and as a recipient of monetary gold for its reserve. All costs, listen here, they didn't use the term loss. All costs of the domestic gold purchase program will be transparently assumed by government. They didn't say all losses, because they know that it is a cost of sales. Now, these costs are expected to be brought down to 5% of gold purchase. These costs are expected to be brought down to 5% of gold purchase. Some progress, listen to the IMF that they are relying. Some progress has been made in 2026 quarter one. The IMF is saying that in spite of what they realized in 2025, there has been monumental progress in quarter one of 2026. With this cut down from 14.5% in 2025 to 11.4%. This was done notably through the halving of assay fees, service charges, and other logistical costs. The spread between the Forex Bureau rate and the reference rate has also been reduced significantly.
And this is the same IMF.
This is the same IMF. And when the minority got to this part, because they know a lot of Ghanaians do not read, but to my youth, when people say something, go and get the document and read it for yourself. It doesn't take anything.
And this is on the IMF page.
On the IMF page. And this is supposed to be the selected issues paper that they reference that indeed Ghana expended $1.7 billion in getting 10.8 and 4. And so we must go and change the gold bond and go and change the Bank of Ghana.
Why do you seem to make an overall commitment to this statement? That you look at the overall cost-benefit analysis.
Yes.
You say that a cost of 1.7,
Yes.
which of course the IMF says could be improved,
Yes.
and this improving
Yes.
is better.
Yes.
And so we should continue on this policy path.
Yes. The point is that the IMF recognizes, and I just read to you, that our economy has been stabilized largely because of the domestic gold purchase program. Again, the IMF recognizes that for the first time, because the gold board came into it, I was one of those that initially criticized the gold board. I thought that the PMMC was doing the same role that the gold board was going to do. And indeed, they are doing that, but they have brought some levels of vim and vigor into that sector.
Vim and vigor.
Vim and vigor, and they are doing something that is right. Because for the first time in the history of this country, do you know in 2025, small-scale miners overtook, in terms of volumes, gold production against the large-scale miners. And the IMF itself says, and listen to what they say, they are giving us a clue, and as a country, we must, as a matter of urgency, begin to know. They tell us, the IMF tells us that the large-scale miners or mining companies in this country does not contribute a farthing to our economy. And I want to get a relevant provision for you. Maybe your time will not allow, but I'll ask, I'm going through. The World Bank, the IMF says, that your Anglo Gold, your Newmont, your gold fees, and so on and so forth, their contribution in terms of revenue to the Ghanaian economy is not as substantial as we expect. And that the artisanal small-scale miners have contributed immensely. Now we will be the last people to be lectured by those that nearly so tall mismanage the economy of this country. We will be the last political party or individuals to accept the views of individuals that nearly sold vacuum. Precious institution. When they were in power, and they claim they relaunched, in fact, it was a relaunching of gold, domestic gold purchase, because we have been buying gold to the Bank of Ghana since time immemorial. When they launched it in 2021, in 2024, the cedi to the dollar at a point was nearly 1:17. So it means that we were doing something wrong. The IMF itself acknowledges that the gold for oil was just a top adventure that all of us were taking through. And I want to admonish.
What do you mean by chop? If there's any chop,
listen.
The Attorney General should take action.
Let me read that profit. Let me read that portion so that you say domestic gold purchase program operations have generated significant losses for the Bank of Ghana. Losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million. And let's know, 1/3 of which were related to gold for oil. That's the cost.
The 400 million.
The 400 million. Just tell you that 1/3 of it, the cost that they incurred in terms of 400, 1/3 of it was attributable to the gold for oil. And I'm saying that gold for oil, we never knew the off-takers. The question that Afenyo was asking yesterday, we did not know the off-takers, we did not know how much a dollar was being sold for. You did not know all this. You were relying on a document. So on what basis did you arrive at the figure called 1.74 billion? We got to be serious in this country. No wonder at the point somebody was yawning during the press conference.
Aaron, why is it that
the court takes notice of the gravity of the offenses and the need for deterrence to avert the environmental disaster that might befall the nation? The more law enforcement stays aloof and allows illegal mining activities to persist in the country. The offenses in this case relate to illegal exploitation of mineral resources, which are the property of the state. The conduct of the first and the third accused persons undermines the regulatory framework for the mining sector and contributes to environmental degradation associated with illegal mining. So you cannot say that it was not committed based on illegal. Now, there is a simple saying in international business that says that you think global, you act local. Ghana must chart its own path to development. From what I glean from what the IMF has done is to give us an indication that we must not follow the usual path. The orthodox. It will not lead us anywhere. The gold board must, as a matter of urgency, I've seen them say that they are bringing an app that will do what we call traceability, enforce those things so that we are able to trace where the goods are coming from. Again, government interventions such as the new Cocoa Act that will prevent cocoa farmers from giving out their farms for mining must be implemented to the latter. More so, from the United Party's perspective, we are suggesting or proposing that Ghana establishes what we call the Gold Bank. That Gold Bank will be dealing with all our mineral needs. Because
that's what you advocate for.
Yes, you see, there are a lot of things that we can do with the Gold Bank. Features, forward sales, and so on and so forth. That we can accumulate a chunk of our monies to deal with our problems that we have here. All these things that we are discussing, it has become a subject matter for discussion because there is somebody by name Sammy Gyamfi who is occupying the position of the Gold Board. Other than that, nobody. At a point, you are discussing a matter to deal with Bank of Ghana, but all the efforts or all the concentration was on Gold Board. Now they have even escalated the matter to the extent that they say, oh, before they even come to power, they will arrest you. And when we arrest you, you have to go and count
the bail conditions.
Who does that? I said, no wonder at a point, man to man, he was referring to his co-man as handsome. Handsome. You know why they didn't pass the LGBTQ? You man. A woman was standing by you. You say man.
Right.
Handsome.
Let me read some comments. Excuse me. Prince Johnson Kuma says
Roland,
that the people of Ghana are very confident in the management of the Bank of Ghana. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate
my brother for passing your bar exams. Yeah. I hope from here you go to the courtroom and practice or apply your trade there. Don't come here. Yeah.
But he's a politician. So.
This is the point. So, Abusia, we need ensema a course so our political highway. So, Sammy Gyamfi Gold Board, NPP minority led by AfenyoMarkin. Omodi omwani yesi no hono. Ene IMF report na ankasa Vindicate Sammy Gyamfi enye asem keso akra beda mase Sammy Gyamfi ne kokoti za ensemwe edemai aha gossip politics TV so.